Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's the Buzz podcast by Bug Zero. My name is Shawn.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're here doing our first episode of What's the Buzz.
Forgive us.
Yeah, forgive us for all the mishaps that we're going to have today. But we wanted to bring a podcast to our clients and our future clients. Something a little bit out of the ordinary. There's a lot of other pest control podcasts out there, but they're all targeted towards the industry customers to give back education as well. Jordan, why don't you introduce yourself and give us a little bit of your background?
Yeah. Once again, my name is Jordan Hicks. I am the Director of Sales and Service at Bug Zero. I joined Bug Zero in 2015.
Perfect.
Started as a residential technician, worked through being a commercial technician, bed bug specialist, and a few other things along the way. Ended with where I'm at now. I stepped into the sales division in 2020. Leadership Springfield graduate, class 41, best class there ever was.
Best class, huh?
That's what they say.
Okay.
So also Purdue University Integrated Pest Management certification as well. So that's about you, Shawn.
Pretty good. My name's Shawn. I'm a commercial sales consultant. I've been in this role for going on 2 years now. I've been at Bug Zero since 2018. Been a residential technician to a commercial technician, our termite specialist, and our bed bug specialist before this role. Purdue University Integrated Pest Management certification as well. Leadership Joplin alumni, class 2023.
Not the best class ever, right?
The class that Doug. And then Joplin Magazine top 20 under 40 in the year 2023. A little bit about Bug Zero. It was started in 1990, so June 1st will be 34 years for us in business. So, we're not one of the overnight pop-up,
Not quite.
that you see. Our owner, founder Ivan F.T., founded Bug Zero out of his garage at his house.
Yeah. And Ivan's got quite a list of credentials and awards and things, so I'll keep it just brief here. Graduated bachelor's in agriculture on his family farm back home in southeast Missouri. Currently, he serves on the board of directors for the Missouri Pest Management Association, where he served 2 years as president. He's been Man of the Year for Missouri Pest Management Association. Currently on the board of directors for Associated Pest Control Services. Executive Springfield Executive Breakfast Club, where he also served as president in 2007.
Oh, yeah. That's just a little
snippet
of his credentials.
Yes.
Co-owners, Terry F. Tink, who is married to the one and only Ivan F. Tink.
Yes.
Before 094.
Yes.
Michael Woodring joined Bug Zero in 1999. He's an associate certified entomologist. Purdue University intermediate level urban and industrial pest management, AIB food safety and hygiene, and PMA food safety and hygiene. So those are our owners and co-owners. A little bit of history. We also want to kind of go over James. So we have 2 full-time entomologists on staff. Jordan, what's that mean for our clients?
Basically, continued education, but also identification purposes. They know a little bit more about the pests than just your average technician would, and then the biology behind them.
Okay. Yeah. That means also means in the form it is. You see something out in the garden, you see something in the house. You can text that picture into us, and we'll be able to tell you exactly what it is.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time. We're licensed in Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, and we service a 150-mile radius of Springfield. We're an approved member of VendorMate.
Yeah. Several of our technical mosquito control. Many Bug Zero technicians have also the NPMA or National Pest Management Association Food Safety Pest Management, and for food plant training as well.
Our business really revolves around, we want to provide that pest protection year round, whether that's residential, commercial. Absolutely going to take on any accounts that have any issues or aren't getting results with their current provider, have any infestations, but we really like taking care of people year round. Google reviews we're big on. Every you go trying to buy a product, everybody's looking at those reviews. 750 plus for us with a 4.9 out of 5.0 rating.
Yes.
So just a little bit what separates Bug Zero from the rest of the industry. Jordan, what got you?
Going to college for criminal justice, and I found out pretty quick that I did not want to be a police officer.
You didn't want to be a cop?
No, I didn't want to get shot at. But anyway,
you thought pest control was a little bit safer than
possibly
being a cop. Okay,
and I had pretty limited skills at the time, so work manual labor.
Not much
jobs.
has changed.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Just kidding.
Work-based jobs, and I found the pest control kind of incorporated everything into one. So it provided a different perspective too from what I was used to, but combined everything I thought I knew in the beginning. So
what's made you stay?
I love it.
Perfect.
No one,
perfect. You don't hear that in the kindergarten classroom.
No, you don't.
Very often, do you?
No, you don't. So
I want to be a bug guy when I grow up, right? So
no, not quite.
for me, what got me into pest control, I was just looking for a change in my current occupation. I was previously a medic full time for over a decade, helping people overcome issues, but I just needed a change of pace, change of hours. Pest control was kind of intriguing to me and challenging at the same time, and I love being challenged, and that's where we're at right now, being outdoors.
Yeah. And why do you stay?
It's always challenging.
Yeah.
You're always learning new things. You're always continuing education. You're always trying to help people. And Bug Zero, I don't know if you heard or not, but it's one of the top 5 places to work. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Self-proclaimed? Or
Self-proclaimed, yeah.
Okay. But in all honesty, we were all visit finalists.
We were. That's for the Springfield Chamber of Commerce and the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce as well. So part of what we want to do each episode too is give you guys some home tips for pest control. With a little cool outside, but the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, it's been warm spring weather.
Yes.
We had a mild winter, and so all the springtime pests have kind of came out of their hiding, and they're starting to annoy you when you're trying to enjoy your backyard, right? So conduct a thorough inspection of both inside, outside, identify any potential entry points for pests, such as cracks in walls, gaps around windows and doors, openings and screens, that kind of thing.
Yep. Standing water around the property. So most pests have gerving. So that's going to help out a ton. Trim the vegetation back, your landscaping. Make sure you're not allowing your landscape to touch your foundation, because that's basically a highway for pests to at least get to the structure. And then if you're not sealed up well, they'll just go right into your house. So,
elevated and away from the home to prevent pests like termites, ants, basically having that bridge right into your house. So, if you have your firewood stored right up against the house, termites have easy access to get in. It's hard to average termites every acre. So they're out there. They say, quote, you either have a house that doesn't have termites or it doesn't have termites yet.
Yeah.
And so we want to do everything we can as homeowners to alleviate that problem.
An interesting fact, termites actually purchase more in the United States.
That's true. And a lot of people think their homeowner's insurance covers termite treatments, termite damage. And I've not talked to one insurance agent yet that has a policy that covers termites.
Yeah. So another tip when you're dealing with any kind of pest, really, it's really where we start. So keeping a clean home, maintain, your kitchens, make sure crumbs and things are swept up. Wipe down surfaces. Those sticky residues from Kool-Aid and whatever else can attract pests as well. And don't leave any pet food out. Mice, loose dog food, bird seed, that sort of thing. So they'll come into your home just looking for that stuff.
Inspecting packages and plants before you bring them inside. We still have some freezing nights here recently, and people start bringing their plants inside, so their hitchhiker pets get introduced to your home that way as well. So always inspect packages, plants before you bring them inside, so no pest can hitch a ride into your home and cause you a headache.
And then if you failed to do all of these things and you still have pests in your house, our business model is basically prevent them before there's a problem. So that's our big focus. It doesn't mean we don't take care of infestations if they're already there, but our bread and butter is making sure that we keep pests out of your home before it becomes a problem. So,
and a lot of people have a after in the winter time.
Sure.
Is that accurate?
It is not. The interesting little thing that most pests do is they burrow into the ground. And here in Missouri, it never freezes, long enough for that to go deep enough in the soil. So they always reemerge. So we've had a pretty warm spring as well. And winter, but in reality, it just stayed warm, or got warm early enough that pests came out earlier.
That's true. And they've done studies, and the studies show that takes about 18 inches of frozen ground, solid frozen ground, for a couple weeks straight to actually really affect the pest population. Mm-hmm. Not only do they burrow in the ground, but they overwinter and other things around your home. So that's why preventative maintenance year round is so important for us. Which transitions into, you want to explain our residential insecticide service.
Insecticide is kind of our flagship residential program, really highlighting on the prevention aspect of our service. Homeowners, if you have a home, duplexes, that sort of thing. But what insecticide is, one, it kept in mind just convenience for our customers as well. You don't have to be home for those exterior services, and we're protecting your home from the outside in. So that comes with, termite monitoring, application right then and there. And that doesn't cost you anything additional. Rodent stations as well. Obviously, when we get into the fall time, early spring, rodents are looking for a nice place to come into your house.
Absolutely.
And so preventing those from ever getting place, dealing with mouse family in your home. But then all of your general pests as well. So, spiders, ants, crickets, wasps, centipedes, pretty lengthy list there. Beetles. Ground beetles, pretty much everything. And then if it doesn't cover that, we have add-on services as well. So if you have a problem with mosquitoes and ticks, there's a few others, snakes. We do repel snakes as well. But if it doesn't cover it under the main plan, there's most likely a plus option to get you taken care of as well. It's also, like I said, we do that one interior service a year, basically do a section of but focused on the exterior. So we're going to notify you the day before we come out, so we're going to be on your property, get that service done, and keep you protected. So perfect. Also general warranty as well. So if you have any problems in between the services, we come back out at no additional cost to our clients and take care of it.
So if you're at my house last month and I walk out to go to my car this morning and there's a wasp nest above the, absolutely awesome. That's good to know, right?
Can you take care of that though?
I can take care of it. I take care of everything, right?
Yeah. For the most part.
We also want to bring a pest of the week. And we're going to talk real quick about ants, because ants are the number one reason that our phones ring here at Bug Zero. Most common pests that people have a hard time dealing with. So this is what we're over here. which is the odorous house ant, the carpenter ant, the acrobat ant, and the pavement ant. And it's really important for our technicians to identify these so they know where to look for. They have different harborage areas, sometimes different treatment options as well. So the odorous house that come into the kitchen, they've seen the bathrooms. 99% of the time, their nest is right outside. They get their name because when they're crushed, they have a little distinct odor. It's kind of like a rotten coconut type smell. Mm-hmm. They're small, dark brown to black in color. Commonly seen under rock mulch beds, around plant roots. We'll see a lot of them in rose bush. Debris underneath that.
I'd venture to say probably 90% of the ant calls we get are the odorous house ants.
I agree.
So,
yep.
We also deal with some carpenter ants, large black ants, lots of and then most of the time, they're in a dead tree stump or something nearby. However, they can get into your home and cause some structural damage as well. They're not actually feeding on the wood. They're excavating the wood out, and they're basically building a small nest within whatever structure they're trying to find. Most of the time, areas around wood, that sort of thing, but they can also come into the urban environments as well.
Acrobat ants get their name from their habit of raising their abdomen over their thorax and head when they are disturbed, which resembles an acrobat performing a balancing act. They're typically light brown to black in color, often found nesting in dead or decaying wood. Mm-hmm. But they can also nest indoors in wall voids and insulation, which I know we talked about. Having a preventative maintenance service like this prevents any issues like that from happening over the wintertime. Yes. Pests are trying to overwinter, right?
Yeah.
So,
and then finally, pavement ants. Small ants, usually black in color, maybe a brownish, but normally where you'll find those underneath sidewalks, driveways, building foundations, and normally they've been known in homes for sweet treats, Pop-Tarts, cookies, candy.
You're sort of a fan of Pop-Tarts. I've heard you reference Pop-Tarts so many times.
The s'mores Pop-Tarts.
I'm a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart kind of guy.
Well, you're wrong,
myself.
And that's okay, but we'll move on.
Just a couple. Go into a lot of detail because we already talked. A lot of it goes hand in hand with the spring home tips that we just gave you.
Creepy crawlers invading your home? Bug zero. Spiders, ant, and flies? Oh my. Bug zero. Bed bugs and mosquitoes leave you itchy for help? Bug zero. Whether it's bugs in your home or bugs eating your home, Bug Zero has you protected. With both residential and commercial services, Bug Zero's comprehensive pest protection takes you from infestation to extermination. BugZero.com.
And we're back with Ben Butler with Atlas Security. Every episode we like to highlight and promote local business that we do business with or that we network with. Ben, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, guys. Happy to be here. But my name's Ben Butler. I'm from Florida. Moved here in 2020 after COVID. I work for Atlas Security. We're a security company that started in 1962. We are still in the same family that started the business back in 1962 before my father even was alive. We're going to do some business for anybody listening.
Awesome. So you moved. What brought you to Springfield from Florida?
Truthfully, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, we talked about being roommates for a long time. We were friends since high school, and he always wanted to live somewhere expensive like New York or LA. And he was like, you should." But he ended up moving here because his brother lived here, and he came up here and he's like, "Show me the price of a 2-bedroom apartment," and I was sold. I was like, I can live here.
Most people move from Missouri to Florida, not the other way around.
Right? Yeah, well, most people aren't 22 living with their parents and realizing I can afford to live in Missouri. I cannot do that in Florida.
Into the profession of security.
Security. So my father-in-law, ironically, I had to move to Missouri to meet a girl from Florida. I don't know how that works either. But my father-in-law put me in contact with my sales manager, Telly Jenkins. And he told me a little bit about the job and thought I was a good fit. And I agreed with him after being here for a little over a year. And that's how I got in. It wasn't because I was like, I want to work in security. I just wanted to work with and for my sales manager, and it worked out.
Awesome.
Well, security's pretty broad. Can you tell us a few of the services and things that you offer?
Absolutely. No matter how extensive it needs to be, we also do camera solutions, access control, fire, and as well as medical pendants. The ones that do fall detection. You press the button if you fall onto your head, like the old commercials from the 90s.
I'm getting there. I'm almost there. I almost need one of those.
Yeah, you know,
Christmas is coming, John.
Well, I know what you're getting me, right?
Yes, that's right.
and when you're ready for it, Shawn, I will be here to take care of you.
I'll give you that referral.
I appreciate that.
So what's the favorite part of your job on the day-to-day?
I would say it's part of my days. I'm driving around all through Missouri, learning different neighborhoods I never saw because I'm not from here. And I get to just meet new people daily, consistently, and I don't have to sit in a cubicle every day like I used to. And that's a real nice change. I really like the different daily activities that go on.
Yeah. So you're moving around a lot that you cover.
Yeah, well, Atlas will cover anywhere within a 2-hour radius of Springfield for new customers. We do have some exceptions for existing customers where we might go out further because we have an established relationship. But the standard for new customers is about a 2-hour radius of Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, so nice. Kind of the same service area as us.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close. What makes you at Atlas stand out from your competitors? Because there's a lot of security companies out there. What would make somebody for Atlas over somebody else?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say, one of the biggest selling points of Atlas is our sister company, DMP, which used to be one with Atlas, but it grew so big that it spread off into its own business. And what DMP does is they manufacture security parts in America. And they're actually the only manufacturer of security parts in the country. So if a company doesn't use DMP's parts, they're getting them from other countries because they're the only one that makes them here. And they ironically make them right here in Springfield, Missouri.
So made locally too.
Made locally as well.
Is that you might be facing in the security industry right now, and what do you guys do to overcome those challenges?
Absolutely. Well, I think one challenge that's affecting every industry, every residential home, every business, every person is inflation has been really, really high lately.
Yeah.
Everything's going up, and so you got to try to be as competitive as you can, especially with those major conglomerates that can cut their prices way down. We try to be as competitive as we can with them, but also, when you pay with us and you go with us, you're going to get a local company, a local service team. And so what we do is we just try to make new promotions every quarter to make sure that we're, right there in the range where you may pay just a little bit more, but you're going to get more service for what you're paying for as well. More, absolutely. Our whole team is right there in Springfield. We have a whole customer experience team that between service, billing, customer care issues, they all handle it all. Like the Avengers, that's what I call them.
The Avengers. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming out of left field here. And I know we don't have the seafood that Florida has, but what is your go-to, your number one restaurant in the Springfield surrounding area?
So obviously the taste buds are different on the coasts in Missouri. The food and what we like to eat. And so I found Happy China as a local Chinese joint over on Battlefield, and they have the closest to East boneless spare ribs. A lot of places here don't even have that as an option.
Yeah.
But they do. And so I get that because that's what I love back home. And I get that with combo fried rice. I like everything in my fried rice. I want the shrimp, the pork, the chicken. I want it all, the beef. And they do that, and you can do it as a combo rather than ordering it separately. And that's a nice deal for anybody.
About lunchtime here, that's our temperature.
You like cashew chicken?
It's okay. I mean, it's not Chinese food.
It's fine.
It's Missouri food.
It's Chinese food.
Yeah, it's Springfield Chinese food. Because China's in Springfield, and that's where it started. But it's Chinese food. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's not my favorite. I stick with the staples: sweet and sour, boneless spare ribs, General Tso's.
Gotcha.
All right. What's your favorite movie?
I'm a big time movie buff. I love watching film. But my favorite movie for the last 15 years has been Forrest Gump. It's never changed. It's just so inspiring.
It's a staple for sure.
Jordan, you do a pretty good Forrest Gump impression, right? Isn't that?
Wow, put me on the spot here.
I've heard you did before. You wanna do that real quick?
I love you, Jenny. Dad brought you some ice cream.
That's really good. That's really good.
Everybody knew you can do it too.
I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is.
That's pretty good.
I would say that like a few times. I feel like I can do an okay one.
It's pretty decent. How can listeners get in touch with you if they're interested in the security systems for their business, for their home, medical pendants, whatever? How can they get in touch?
Absolutely. Well, they can look up on and ask them, and someone will either put you through right to me, or my extension is 124, I believe.
124.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Honestly, just ask for Ben. Just call the customer experience team and ask for Ben. That way I don't get that wrong for you. But I also believe you're going to put my information up, and so if you do, my cell phone's on there. It is 407. I'm from Florida. Didn't change it. It's so close to 417, they specify, but
What about our audio listeners that won't be able to see it on the screen? Are you ready for that?
absolutely, yeah. It's 407-844-1094.
There you go.
Hopefully I don't get
844-1094.
1,000 spam calls now.
If you do, just let Jordan know. He'll take care of it.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks for guests.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we like to